Hey, what's up guys? So welcome back to my channel. I've been waiting to do for quite some time, but honestly it's still a little early, and that's replacing my rear differential fluid. So Ford puts 75 weight 85 rear axle fluid, synthetic hypoid stuff. But in this video what I'm actually going to be putting is royal purple. So this stuff is 75/90. Now Ford recommends 75 weight 85, but it's kind of like Ram, where they suggest 75 weight 85, but they're the only manufacturers that make that. So I feel like it's part of probably a marketing scheme. Either way, if you're not comfortable with that, go ahead, put in the Ford Motorcraft stuff, put in the Mopar stuff on your Ram. So guys, just some points I want to make before we get into the service. So replacing your differential fluid, whether that's the front, if you have 4x4, all trucks are rear wheel drive. And so you have that rear axle turning those gears from the transmission through the drive shaft, and that drives the pinion gear, which turns the ring within the rear differential. Rear differential services are one of the most overlooked services that people forget to do within their trucks. The biggest reason is because manufacturers really put off the services for these differentials. For example, let me go ahead and show you what Ford shows you. All right, so this is page 588 of the owner's manual, and this is the diesel engine portion. All right, and it says other maintenance items. Here we go, every 150,000 miles. There you go, changing the automatic transmission fluid and filter. That will be coming soon. There you go. I actually decided to buy Transpan. Got it on sale, Amazon, so that's gonna be coming in. But here we go, change axle fluid, see exceptions. All right, and the exceptions are all going, oh, by the way, it's 150,000 miles. But here are all the exceptions: towing a trailer or using a car top carrier. All right guys, so next point is that for the majority of the time when manufacturers tell you that you needed to take it easy for the first, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 miles for the break-in period, it's not necessarily for the motor, not really necessary for the transmission, although it is better for vehicles to have some kind of break-in period. The break-in periods also serve justice for differentials and the axles, right? Because you have those gears, the rings and the pinions within the differential that have never mated, right? Because there's teeth and they all mesh together. And so for the majority of the break-in periods, it's going to be for your axles. All right, 4x4. So you have the front pumpkin or the front axle, and then you have the rear that's obviously in use. So changing rear differential or differential fluid period is just as important as changing your engine oil. It's just not within the same interval as changing your engine oil. The reason is because there's metal to metal contact. Now I did decide to stick with my stock differential cover. The reason is because I just couldn't find myself spending like $350 or $300 on a differential cover because one, I don't tow enough to spend that money for that cover. All right guys, so let me go ahead and show you what tools are required for this service. Okay, so we have a torque wrench. This is going to support a 3/8 drive. We have a BFH. You have some shop towels. You have a 3/8 drive ratchet extension. You're going to need a 1/2 inch socket. There we go. Or I think a 13 millimeter would also work. I'm using a gasket. Now I believe Ford uses gasket maker. You could use that either or, but usually you don't use them both at the same time. Here's a adapter to squeeze out the fluid from these quarts, and your choice of drink. All right guys, so that's what we need for this service. Let's go ahead and get underneath the truck and get started. Alrighty, so first order of business, you're gonna go ahead and remove the drain bolt. All right, that's gonna be in the opposite side, back over there on the pumpkin. So go ahead and remove that. You just stick in your 3/8 drive ratchet. Go ahead and loosen that up. Next step, go ahead and remove all the bolts except for the top. Guys, sorry for the poor camera angle, but what I'm doing is I removed all the bolts. I left one in. Now what I'm going to end up doing is removing the top one that you cannot see, and then removing this ring. Once I remove this ring, I'm going to put the top bolt back up to the top, and then I'm going to use my paint scraper to get up in here and open up this differential while leaving this one bolt up top. One bolt up top, the metal ring is off, and I'm going to go ahead and crack this corner, let it drain into my bucket. Alright, so that's draining well. No issues there. Had to crack out the large flathead and my metal BFH. Let's go ahead and remove this pan. Alright guys, so here's the pan out. As we're letting the differential drain out, you're going to want to use a blade. I probably should have included this in the beginning of the video for tools required, but you're essentially going to remove the factory gasket maker with this. Take your time, make sure it's flat, alright, and then probably come back, maybe use a wire brush, make sure it's all off. And then what you're going to do is end up cleaning it with some brake parts cleaner. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, use my brake parts cleaner, make sure this is all cleaned up, and yep, head down back underneath the truck. But as you can see, there's quite the difference in color. So you can see about this half is darker than this half. Alright, and this is just because the differential cover sits like that. Most of the fluid rests right at that level. Looks like a normal differential cover to me. So we're going to go ahead and get this cleaned up and move underneath the truck. So I got this looking really good. I mean, off the edges, there is nothing. You brush your finger across if you feel something. Just make sure it's entirely smooth. No, it doesn't have to be perfect, but the smoother the surface, the better the seal. One thing I did want to mention is that when I use my flathead to prop this out, it's a little bit of a dent. Honestly, you expect something like that, but just be careful when you're prying in your flathead to remove your differential cover and popping off the actual differential. So let's go ahead and take our razors and head underneath the truck and do the same thing to the surface edges of the differential pumpkin. Alright guys, so I finished cleaning off the edges. Everything looks really good, really smooth. As you can see, looks decent. Checked out the insides, nothing abnormal, nothing crazy, no abrasions. One thing I wanted to mention, there's pockets in here. There's 1, 2, 3 is a big one right there, that center portion, 4, and then 5 right up here. So they're pockets that hold some fluid, some oil. So what you want to make sure you do is shove some mechanic towels, make sure it soaks up all that fluid. You want all that old stuff out so you can pour some new stuff in. So next step, I'm going to go ahead and get the cover ready to go, the bracket and the gasket. So as you can see on there, a little bit of Loctite. So I'm going to go ahead and add some before putting them on the differential. I'm also going to torque them down to 35 foot-pounds. I believe the spec is 29 to 39, so that is within that range. So I'm just going to do it to 35. Here's the bracket, here's the gasket. I'll go ahead and post all the links of the items that I've used to service this rear differential. I'm going to go ahead, put this on top of the gasket. Make sure I have 2 bolts ready with the Loctite on. One in the, probably both at top, just to make sure that it secures and is good to go. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the other bolts on. All right, gents, so all we have left is to refill the differential. Torqued all the bolts, 35 foot-pounds. Everything went down smooth. Again, using the gasket just because it's just a cleaner process, especially once I have to do this again. It's going to take at least 3.5, give or take. And the fill line, make sure your truck's on a level ground. And the fill line is going to be right below the fill bolt. So once it's done draining, after you fill it up, it's going to be good to go. Just make sure your truck's on level ground and you'll be all right. Oh yeah. Get in there. Yep, I think that's about it. So you'll see it start dripping down. All right, we'll let it do its thing. It's draining a little bit, and that's what you want to see. That's how you know that you've hit the fill line right there. It's right below the bolt. Give it a minute, level itself out, and then we're going to go ahead, clean the drain bolt that I have just right over here, and throw it back on. All right, so here's the bolt. Make sure you clean this one out. If you haven't cleaned this before, you're definitely going to have a little bit of gunk laid on it, and that's fine. Just clean it all up before you put it back on. Make sure that it is clean and set and good to go. So this is still draining out just a tad, but I'm not going to wait here all day. All right. Still got a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and throw it back on. Give it a 2-finger pull and call it a day. So, ratchet. Oh, wrong way. Two-finger pull. There we are right there. You want to make sure it's all cleaned up so that if there are any leaks, you'll be able to see them. Alright, brush my finger at the bottom of the differential. No fluids leaking out. There we are. Alright, so let's go check out the front. I'm just gonna give it a good wipe down real quick. Alright, well that's it. Go ahead and crank it on, take it for a drive, and see what's going on. All right, guys, so I took it on a test drive. Everything looks good, no leaks. So just another simple, easy service procedure. This is not needed at 23,000 miles. Biggest point is at 37. These trucks weren't designed to drive and lug around 37-inch tires by 12.5 or 13.5. Whatever your truck has. Yes, it could have lasted a whole lot longer, but I wanted to check out the ring and pinion. I also wanted to put in some better fluid. So again, preventive maintenance is the best kind of maintenance, although the truck did not require it. Just something to keep in mind. Other than that, guys, I have a transmission fluid flush happening very soon. I'm waiting just for the trans pan. I got it on sale or for a great price on Amazon. So once that comes in, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a transmission fluid flush, especially with the tune and the TCM tune. You know, handling that power, I just want to, you know, give it a nice clean slate, put some fresh fluid in. It's going to add about 3 quarts over OEM. We'll see if the transmission temps change or fluctuate, stay a little cooler, especially in this North Carolina heat. That pretty much does it, guys. I hope this video was beneficial to y'all. If y'all are due on this differential service, don't wait till the service manual tells you to do it at 150,000 miles. By all means, get it done at least, I don't know, 60,000 miles, 75,000 miles, and you'll be good to go. Just don't forget it. So until next time, see y'all.